SimCity 5, aka SimCity 2013, aka just SimCity. Is it really as bad as everyone says it is, or is it all pure slander? Today I experience the game in its final version and present to you observations, analysis, some things I like and many things that are not simply bad, but weird. Why is there so much focus on gambling? Why all the lies about the simulation? And this just doesn't make sense. And so, citizens of the world, welcome to the worst SimCity game to ever release? We will find out today because I of course know much about SimCity 2013. I know so much about it. I followed its development. I watched the developers talk about the always online requirement, which is now gone. I know so much about it, but I've never actually played it myself until right now. I have the game running. You have to launch it with administrator permissions for it to work, because I'm not too sure why. I am on single player mode, and there is a Nissan commercial on the main menu of this game because it needed one more thing to be weird about. SimCity, one of the most notorious / infamous game developments and games to ever release. It was an always online required game. It had to have an internet connection to play, and the justification was that all the processing, all the simulation was done in what they called a glass box engine, which meant that all the simulation was happening in the cloud. So that way they could have more complex simulations without bogging down your computer. Sounds perfectly reasonable. Within less than 2 weeks of the game releasing, someone hacked the game so that it ran offline, and the simulation was fine. It did get an expansion called Cities of Tomorrow, and 10 major patches, I think, were released, and the final major patch removed the always online requirement. They finally just officially said, actually, yeah, it works fine offline, so there you go. And I want to find out if it really is, today, as bad as its reputation. And this is the first time I'm clicking Getting Started. Now entering Summer Shoals, enacting drone safety laws. Okay, we're playing. We're playing SimCity. Following the intended experience, I went through the whole tutorial. I didn't want to misunderstand something just because I skipped the instructions, but there wasn't much choice anyways, since when you first launch the game, the only button to start playing puts you into the tutorial. And if you want to know where I'm coming from, be sure to subscribe, as I cover a lot of city building on this channel, and you can catch up with all of that. Thank you. How are the graphics? You know, the graphics are actually fine. I think we saw some pop in, but you know, it's actually, the game today honestly looks fine. There's some weirdness, like of course it's not using the latest version of Unreal or anything, but visually this is okay. This is okay. Beautiful town, huh? Region view, Let's take a look at the entire region. So this was the contention of the main contention, I think, which still exists for this game, where the cities are just really small. This is the city border. Look how small that is. That whole thing that we were looking at just now, this is like the maximum. And you can see you're kind of meant to build multiple mini cities that link together. So you can think of all three of these as one city, but it didn't really feel like that. Off we go, follow the truck. It playing these really foreground sound effects, actually, I appreciate it. That's pretty satisfying to watch. Like with every building that got power, it has the so it's like and that's actually quite satisfying. Bit more of a throwback to like SimCity 2000, placing a power line. SimCity 2000 sound effects were like in your face. And I actually prefer that. I like how they weren't subtle with it. I want Streets of SimCity music playing for this. Don't know why they didn't bring it back. Is this? This sounds familiar. This sounds familiar. Yes! And they're actually just shooting each other. Okay. They missed the car, but the animation did happen. Action movie music from Sims 1. Fun fact, the action movie music from Sims 1 is from Streets of SimCity. Seems there are less protesters. Fewer. I'm just correcting their grammar. Protesters they're not like a blob, they're a mob. Some area parents are concerned. That's a weird sentence. Our schools are overcrowded. We can't teach all the kids without more classrooms. Oh, okay. Maybe bonus points. Maybe bonus points here. It said less protesters, which is grammatically incorrect. But it's on the point where they're asking us to build schools. So maybe, small chance here, that they've put bad English here on purpose because we're not educated. Maybe. However, having said that, the fact that it is unclear whether it's a mistake or an intentional joke makes it not good. All of your Sims have their own homes, go to work, and try to make themselves happy. You can click on any Sim to see what they're doing. Lindsay James. I'm gonna follow Lindsay James. Going to play at the park. Well, you're walking away from the park right now. Came from Leaky Lake Studio Apartments. So, okay. We are checking the simulation here. It says she's going to play at the park, but they just walked right by here. Are you actually going to the park? It says you are. Ah. It's weird that the tutorial points out a lie. Like, I thought people had to dig into the inner machinations of SimCity 2013 to find the problem. No, the tutorial just shows you. No, it's not actually simulated. The tutorial tells you. Let's try someone else. Maybe it's going to play at the park. Okay, you are going. Okay. Jasmine Terrell has been educated. Gotta be home before curfew. Going into a house. Okay. How many children are going into this house? Wait. Janine Davies, I said the wrong name just now. Went into that house, came out, now going into this house. Why are all of these children going to the same houses and then... Not talking to strangers on the way home. Came from grade school. Okay. What? Which? No, this one. No. Where are they? No, I lost them. Where are they? Which? I don't know where they went. I guess I can just follow all the kids in general. You can jump to source, which doesn't work. But you can't jump to... There's just a mob of children running around the school, running around the city. Completely different people just keep coming out of the house and then popping back in. Every house is a clown car. So yeah, it's not simulated. The Sims don't actually live in their own individual houses. So when it has like school kids being told, oh, they have to go home, they don't actually have a home. They don't have a set home. So they just walk up to houses like this. And then they just kind of come back out. See, Calvin Lynch went in, and then like Kali Ayala and Summer Lynch comes out. Stanley Ayala comes out here. Wait, but this is Kali Ayala again, but the look is different. They changed look. This is Kali Ayala as well, and it's a completely different person. The same name is coming in and out, but they look completely different. Everyone is a master of disguise and a clown. Okay, thanks for pointing out that tutorial. Let's not gawk. What's going on? What's that in the sky? I was waiting for the destruction. Those were just the initial bits of debris. Okay, now what? There's no continue button. There's no continue button. I think I just have to watch that. It's happening again. Whoa! Okay, it didn't collapse all the way down into the ground, which is weird. It was already animating downwards. You just had to keep going. This also used to break for you. You assume they fixed it? Apparently not. Is there a way out of this? Let me out! Let me out! I'm stuck in Lucky Shores! Chet Kino, please let me go. Oh! Oh no, we better get out of here. Click the exit spectator mode button. Let's get out of there. Okay, that's still bugged then. Now it's time to move on and start a new city. Good luck. To the main menu, where it unlocks the rest of the game. Look at that, there's a play button. When I first loaded up the game, all it said was getting started. We were forced into that tutorial. Let's press play. So we've got these regions. Select region. Cities, great works. So it doesn't really specify. It says 3 cities, but it doesn't show the cities here. So Titan Gorge. It looks like it's designed to be big. This massive region features 16 diverse city sites grouped into 4 clusters. Titan Gorge runs down the heart of the valley, ending at a bulge in the Reposado River. A soaring rail trestle spans the wide gap between 2 expansive plateaus. This implies the most possible space. Let's press next. I still don't see where the cities are. Claim City. Okay. Frontier Fields. This site has deep deposits of crude oil waiting to be pumped dry. A railroad provides convenient shipping for industrial cities. Play. We're gonna build our first ever city from scratch in SimCity 2013. All right, the heroes and villains set is now unlocked and ready to use. You can find it in the police menu. Okay. The Roman Luck Casino is now unlocked and ready to use. You can find it in the gambling menu in City Specialization. I don't know why there's so much of a focus on gambling in this game. I think I know why. Thank you for purchasing the Digital Deluxe Edition. Your content is ready to use. You can find it in the Culture menu, Police menu, and Buses and Trains sub-menus on the Mass Transit. Like, I get that there is gambling in city builders, right? It's a modern urban city builder. Gambling is a thing, right? But like the tutorial had a gambling city. It didn't have to be a gambling city. It could have been any kind of city. Thank you for your purchase. Okay, yeah, I know. I got this all on a major discount. It was like $6. Futurize 10 buildings is a starting quest? We haven't placed a single thing. I'm gonna build out. And I'm gonna have some low density streets. Like there are square roads, arced roads, curvy roads, circle roads. That's a rail. I didn't even realize that's a rail. Where's the road? Wait, the road is this thing here. Can I restart? I got so distracted. I got so thrown off by the immense tutorials. Can I just delete that entirely? Goodbye. What? Delete region. Could not abandon your region at this time. Please abandon your city again. What? I am amazed that this error message has to exist. Just gonna create a new game. Okay, all those pop-ups are just one. So this is the road. Okay, fine. Let's go to roads. Let's go to medium density street. Draw a nice line out. I'm gonna go to low density street. Do curvy roads. And I want to test the system by doing that. City founding approved. Let's go to zones. I'm gonna have residential here on the end. Good. Commercials. Down this bump there. Some industry here. Good. Okay. We're probably gonna need a power plant. Wind power, coal power, probably good to have. Should it be the first thing people see when they enter our city? Yes. That only makes sense. So we start with 20 tons. Sell power to neighboring regions. Okay. Not approved for fusion power or wave power. Okay. Nuclear power is a thing. Let's go to water. Buildings need water. Yep. Good spot for a water town. I assume that works. Okay, infrastructure seems nicely simulated. I do appreciate that, at least. What is this thing? Hydro pumping station. Okay. Sewage. We're gonna need like a sewage outflow pipe. Again, right on the entrance of our city. Petition to build town hall approved. We grow. Government building, town hall. I can do it on the main road, but like over here. Frontier Fields bankrupt in 19 hours. I must raise taxes, turn off services, or reduce spending, or zone RCI. Congratulations, Mayor! Your hard work has paid off. Now that you've built up your town, give it a name. Let me extend the road out. So I can then try do a more sensible square block. Budget problem looms, yep. Like, there's no way to just fill this, like, properly. Petition to build gambling house approved. Does that make me more money? Where is gambling house? Oh, so there's various requirements, like plop a casino and earn 52,000 in a day from gambling, and you can build a gambling HQ. Okay. So these are all the specializations: mining, drilling, trading, electronics, culture, gambling, mega towers, the academy, and Omega Co. In terms of disasters, what disasters are there? Outworlder 6, giant robot, okay. Meteor strike, yeah, okay. Earthquake, all right. UFO encounter, big lizard, tornado, and zombie attack. I'm interested in zombie attack. Okay, money is starting to go up. We're just waiting for things to zone and move in. What's this? Do you want to learn more about the budget panel? No thanks. There we go. We just had to have people move in. This is supposed to be an oil-rich city. So I assume there's oil somewhere. Like an oil map. Ore map, coal map, oil map. There it is. Good thing I didn't build on top of that. That's where the oil is. Okay, we're actually now making quite a bit of money. We really just needed people to move in. And now that people are moving in, we can just keep zoning. Like, the more we zone, the more money we make. So, if I were to just... Is that the size we went for? If I just... Like, I could just grid things up real fast here. Because the more we zone, the more money we make. The more money we make, the more we can zone. Great work site. Oh, this is where we're meant to build the great work. Oh, that's what the circle means. It's not a city. Solar farm, international airport, space center, arc. Oh, there's the... We found the arcology. It's a great work. Building this towering pinnacle of human architecture requires skilled workers and resources. This dense ecosystem contains everything necessary to sustain a massive community. Sims live here, but many of them will commute to cities in the region to work, go to school, or shop. So this megastructure increases the population of the region. So even though people aren't necessarily living in your city, it would increase the population of people coming into your city. No regrets. You won't regret this. Reward 5,000. We have some reports of a crazy guy that calls himself Dr. Vu threatening the region. There's only one way to defeat him. Maxis Man. We have to bring him back. We need a bit... We need a bit bigger of a town to give him a proper home. Maybe then he'll come to save the day. I'll do it. I'll get you in my town, Maxis Man. Have 2,500 residents and then plot Maxis Man. Is this a superhero that shows up in Final Fantasy? Why did I say that? SimCity 2000? Become an oil tycoon. 37,500? Okay, first we need to increase our population to 2,500 and get Maxis Man in. So let's do that first. More zoning means more money. So let's go back here. Let's go back to roads, low density street. We're continuing the emotionless grid. Ah, yes, perfect city planning. Nothing could possibly go wrong from building an endless grid. You know, this region does feel bigger. Like, it would be nice if you could go even bigger, but this feels okay. Like, it's not like that gambling city in the tutorial. Like, I built a decent amount, and we've only taken like a quarter of the space so far. All city plots are the same size? Ah, okay. So to build anything of any size, you do need a flat piece of land. Which there are available. Okay, I've got the population. What do I have to build now? Plop Maxis Manor. Is that a government building? Progress towards next upgrade. Maxis Manor, would that be a city specialization? Maxis Manor. 40,000! Okay. So one problem is, there's no other cities. If I go to region view, I'd have to claim and go build that. Otherwise, there's a great works there. I can't scroll around? Oh, I'm stuck on this bit. This is weird. Like, why can't I... It only lets you rotate around. Why can't I scroll around this map? Like, if I want to go claim a city over there, it's so weird. Like, oh, I want to claim that city. It's like, it even crops... Why doesn't it let you scroll around this map? You have to click on the other city plots to recenter the map. I mean, that's what I was doing. Like, yeah, I click on that one. Oh, you have to double click. Why? And why is this so slow to turn around? Region view is weird, just in terms of controlling it. When zoning, hold control or maybe shift. Ah, maybe that'll work. Let's find out. Control, ah, okay. Why wasn't that tutorialized? Was it? Did I just not read that in the tutorial? And then zoning industry. Okay, that does work. There we go. Okay, holding control works. I didn't read it from chat. Yeah, but why wasn't the control tip put in the tutorial? Like, it's such an essential part of the game. Why didn't they tutorialize that? So money is now flowing quite nicely. 5,700 an hour? Okay, so we can get some things going. Upgrade available? Tax rate, 10%. What? Town hall? Upgrade the tax. Okay. What does that do? I like the effect, but I don't know what that did. City Hall module available. Department of Education. Department of Finance. Department of Safety. Oh, you can just put all of these things in. And then, like, build it on. Oh, this... Okay, okay. City Hall sign. Oh, we should definitely have one, right? Oh, you can put it further down, like that. City Hall. Okay, I don't think I need... Well, what, for example, Department of Finance, what does it do? Regional access granted, tax rate control per zone and wealth. So it adds more controls to the UI, basically. High school and university. Right, okay. Well, I've got some money now, so I want to do my specialization. So I want to get the oil well. But I need to build a road out there. Okay. So then if I want to build an oil well, I can build that. Oil. Turn off this. Good. Close now hiring. Okay, so this is going to start producing barrels of oil. And I can then also... So the starting coal does last a long time. I can then... Oh, we really need some residential coming in here. Our city is depressingly magnificent. Thanks for the OCD nightmare. You weren't planning on sleeping tonight? I was kind of following the guides. I don't know why it's gone off so hard. Oh, this initial road here was not aligned to the guide. So this whole section is just aligned like that. Okay. Well, Okay, so I'm watching the demands down here, and it looks like they're demanding, so behind me here, medium wealth residential, green, demand for houses, dark green, regional demand for houses. Okay, so medium wealth residential. A blimp. Event blimp. So to get medium density, I need to increase the land value, right? So at this point, since we have decent income, I think I can start putting down other stuff. For example, let's take up some space here. Fire station. Let's go to security. Police station is 30,000. Wait, I wanted to build Maxis Manor as well, which is 40,000. Ugh. What else? School? 16,000? Grade school? Okay. Can it actually fit there? We'll put a grade school down. Parents plead with Mayor Gamers Act to support education. A university could attract students from the whole region. Okay, I'm seeing that some happy faces there. It's not great, but good amount. School bus stop. So if I, for example... That should get people to school. Closed now hiring. Okay. So that happiness is leading them towards... Are we getting some medium... Okay, there we go. Mayor, Sackton cannot infinitely sprawl across the region. We need to build up, not out. Get a mega tower. Ask later. These quests are insane. It's like we just started this city. We're just about getting medium density residential, and the citizens are like, we need mega towers. I'm like, how? An augmented reality athletic center? Really? Sure, we're going some high tech there. So a medium, wait, land value is wealth. Density is, right, okay. They're coughing because I think we have no health services. Did they use an Asclepius? They did use an Asclepius. Very nice. And I can build the Maxis Manor, which I'll place next to my house, which is City Hall. Maxis Manor. Oh, these houses did build on the main road. Maxis Manor. Maxis Man and action. Save injured. I have to pay him $500 to save an injured person? They go in a car? This is Maxis Man? He drives a little car? Where's the injured person? Where's the injured person? Maxis Man just left. Okay. So looking at this looks like medium wealth, right? So density. So this is all medium wealth here. A lot of them are like teetering on the edge of medium wealth. Okay, so we've got a bunch of new services down. You want to learn about approval rating and happiness? No, I'm done with tutorials. I've done so many tutorials. I wanted to get my coal mine down. What is happening here? Because I built one AR athletic center, the street lights turned white, and the middle of... They've got this hexagon pattern roads now? That's a little bizarre that that just happens because I built one futuristic thing. That's strange. Right? That's strange. Yeah, I'm sure you love my city very much. Feng Shui ruined. Yeah, this is weird. Like, I didn't want that whole section to just suddenly become futuristic. Millennium Plaza. If I place this, it's gonna turn everything cyberpunk again. Tiered urban green space. The range of these things is not great. I do like how the lights turn on in this flickering way. It does feel like something's powering up. We've got a great opportunity to give Zacton its own distinct character. Hot air? A hot air balloon park would be a fun, quirky way for everyone to have a good time. Let's go for it. I'll do it. Them giving quests to build something, and the hardest part being finding where the building is strange. It requires Department of Tourism in the region. Oh, okay. So, can I fit? Not approved. I need to upgrade City Hall. Oh, to have another thing. So the next upgrade is at 15,000 residents. So we really just need to boost our population. Like, I wish there was a quicker, like, I wish the square roads could just draw a full grid. Roads overlap. See, like, why can't I? Like, I need a faster way to do this. Like, I'm letting it snap to the grids, and it... Like, why did this end up so angled? Is it this road? Like... The game is struggling with my roads in terms of just getting things aligned. And it's like, oh, you can't build that. It's like... Like, I can't build this, but I bet I can build this. Like, it should figure it out. It's not very good at figuring this stuff out. Perfect. You love it. I know you do. Can I drag? No, I can't drag. We're boosting population. Everyone, get in here. So, with very little effort, we've basically filled the map. And this is inefficient building on, like, basically the largest possible map because there's no terrain obstructions here. Yeah, if cities were just like 50% bigger, just like a little bigger, like out to here, it would feel so much better. Like, considering this is the largest size, and if there's any terrain, like if there's just like a river going through, imagine how much space you lose just by having a river go through the city. This game is more about building up than building out. Yeah, so... I've got some high-value houses here. How do I increase the density? Like, you say it's about building up. How? That wasn't part of the tutorial. Oh, so it has to be a high-density street to have a high-density house. Okay, so this is a high-density road here. So it's currently low-density. I can do this. Is there a quicker way to do this? Our population did reach 15,000, which means we can upgrade our city hall. I prefer these fireworks to City Skylines fireworks. You know when you level up in City Skylines, it just has the pop-up? Like, I prefer, like, actual in-game fireworks. Like, is there a way to see more details on how to increase density? Oh, I can build Mayor's house? Yes. I am basically a superhero, so I'm gonna live next to Maxis Man. Requires garage, reticulator. Ooh, we can upgrade Maxis Man's house. 500 renown points. What even is this? I have to send him to save injured people. The graphics are charming. Yeah, actually, visually, I don't really have that much of a problem. Like, I think, considering this game released 12 years ago, I think it looks fine. Right? This is a 12-year-old game at the time of recording this. I think it looks fine. I still don't know how to build up. Like, does it just take time? Like, I see this density meter slowly going up. Happiness is the only reason for density increasing. So this is just about how much, like, value is around, right? Land value. Oh, right. The wind is blowing this way. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, yeah. The wind is blowing that way. So all the industries there in the middle, all of these right here, they're just blowing straight into this section here. All the smog is just flowing right over. That does make sense. So perhaps moving the industry is actually... Industry, I'll move over to that side. I know it's still in the direction, but at least it's further away, right? My city is magnificent. Petition to build the academy approved? Oh, nice. I can build the academy. Oh no, it's cyberpunking my city. It's so weird that this happens. When you build one futuristic thing, it just starts cyberpunking everything nearby. This really needs to show, like, at the current time, like, what's the max happiness? Like, raising this happiness to increase density seems really hard. Like, I know this is not... I know I've built this city in a terrible way. Is it actually... No, it's just... I've made these houses really fancy, but they're still, like, low density. Yeah, and the game will yell at you to build stuff that's not required. They tell you, oh, build a hot air balloon park. Build this, build that. So I've got these solar punk fancy residences. And it by the houses upgrading, it resets the density. So the things that make people happier increase the land value. This system is actually... Like, am I misunderstanding this system? Because so far, this is actually the most frustrating thing. I can't get a single medium density building. Because the thing that makes them happy to go to medium density, which is a very strange thing. So what increases happiness but not land value? Streets determine density. These are high density streets, but they're low density buildings. You can't just say that. This is a high density street right here. This is a low density building. So you need to build single dollar parks, not the double and third dollar. So if I want to go to medium density, I need to build these things. So this is on a... I'm pretty sure this is a high density road. Let me just make sure. Road upgrade. So this is high density street here. Okay. So let me test. If I just throw a low density street out this way. It is really confusing and hard to explain, but land value and density are not directly correlated to each other. I mean, I know it's not directly correlated. To increase this, I need to increase... to increase density, I need to increase happiness, right? But the things that increase happiness increase land value. So I'm trying to increase happiness without increasing land value, which is, I don't think, technically possible. But there are certain things, like the lower basic ones are $1 value. So the formal stuff is $3 value. So I want to build a lot of these. So like if I build these though, oh, but the $1 stuff is capped. So by adding the $1 stuff, it does not build any in the second value tier. So by building only $1 stuff, it never goes into the second. So that's how you control land value. Right. It's going up to medium density here. But it's taking twice the space. But it has like 4 times the population. Okay. Also, I hate this turning my streets futuristic if I build any futuristic stuff at all. Like, it should have like a land value system where it's like, oh, if you build a few futuristic things, it starts going futuristic. So these are medium density. And of course there's cyberpunk because the streets have gone cyberpunk. That's going medium density as well. I wish it told me how many people could live in the structure. I know it's not simulated, but okay, I understand. So here I've made a rich area, low density, high value. There was a lot of discussion back in the day about the sim population being fudged. Well, I don't really care if a certain number of people actually live in the structure or not. But like having a structure gives an increase to the total population. So I would like to know how much this structure adds to my total population capacity. That kind of thing. Okay, so I've got some medium density stuff here. So to get to high density, low value, it's like almost impossible, right? Like, how do you even do that? Like, I have no sense of how much this will increase happiness here. If I do that, it increases that kind of happiness. Okay. So my population has definitely increased a lot. So these are definitely very much helping. I just have no sense of how much. Like, my population's gone from 15,000 to 20,000. Is that a plumb bob balloon? Oh, Plants vs. Zombies? Okay. EA loves advertising their other games in their games, huh? The dollar parks are safe to place anywhere because it won't raise land value above 1, and it won't lower it below the current value. Yeah, so like I'm thinking, but also it feels weird because by having so many parks and services and everything around, it feels like the land value should go up, but I guess, I mean, these are all $1 land values things. But some of them are pretty fancy. Like this is a $1. This is a $1. The futuristic buildings just throw a wrench and everything. Yeah, it's weird. Like the... Also like, okay, I want to increase these people's happiness by a little bit. Like just, okay, I know it's not built properly. How do I give the Swanson residents a little bit more happiness? So this has become medium density? This is huge. Yeah, services all increase land value. So services increase land value beyond the tier they're currently in. I want to see what this is. Build up. So this is a medium value, medium density building? I don't know why the density bar disappears. There we go, until people move in. So this is a medium density, medium value thing. So that's quite nice. Okay. Things get a lot bigger than I thought. So this is starting to feel like Caesar 4, where it's like, okay, you gotta play a bit of Tetris. So like, yeah, one of these would fill like the whole square that I've been drawing. So these grids really are terrible. It's like really, really bad. Because it doesn't give much room to work with. How is this so low on the happiness when its neighbors are so happy? Maybe there's a filter that can help explain this. So there's this happiness map. Doesn't really help. Population map? Okay, okay, there we go. We've got some indicator of population. Why doesn't it say this when I click on the building? 60 residents. Now I understand. 29 residents, 25 residents. So like this building here has 25 residents. There's so much room on the UI to just say 25 residents, 28 residents. This is 15 kids, 31 residences. Why are there so many kids in this city? 15 kids, 60 residences. 15 kids, 60 residences. Okay, 6 residents, 2 kids. 10 kids, 1 resident. There is... Hold on. In terms of the simulation, this building here is the reason why it does not show the numbers when you click on the building. Because when it shows numbers like this, people be like, what? In this medium value apartment complex we have recently constructed, there are currently 10 children, and just now it said 1 resident. One resident just moved in. So there were 10 children to 1 adult living in this building. I think things average out over time, but if we look around, we could probably find some weirdness. Kids can move... Guys, we got some illegal activity going on over here. There's just kids in these houses. The Welch household and the Price household only have kids. They've got cars, though. Oh, there's people protesting? Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's what's throwing me off about this game in general. Because the simulation is not actually simulating. A lot of things that when I build cities, I don't necessarily count numbers. Build an expo center. Yeah, people just keep asking you to build completely unrelated things. An amusement park. People are protesting too many germs, and the mayor comes out and says, build an amusement park. That sounds like me, that's fair. But yeah, this is what's throwing me off about the game. It's pretending that there's a simulation happening when there isn't, and there's too many little things that are like that. And so the Sims you see walking around aren't actual Sims, they're agents. Agents come to a house, pick up a Sim, take them somewhere else. When they aren't carrying a Sim, they are invisible, right? As far as you remember, at night people leave work, school, just fill the first house that is free next to them. Yeah. There's a simulation, but it's somewhat disconnected from what you see. So yeah, that's it. What I'm looking at is, and what I've been told, like from the tutorial, and what I've been told from the tooltips and what's all the instructions and everything, I've been told this is how the simulation works. Robbery in progress. I've been told this is how the simulation works. And then I look at how things are working, and it's not working how I've been told. It's a visual representation of a simulation, not the simulation itself. But thing is, much of the visual representation is wrong. Like, there's this amount of simulation where there's a robbery in progress, and it even shows red on the land value, and it changes the sound effect. That's really cool. That's really cool that when you click on this building that has a robbery in progress, it plays a sound specifically to robbery in progress. That's so nice. That's such a good touch. That's the kind of unnecessary detail that adds a lot of character to a game and vibes to a game. That's so nice. But I want to know whether a cop is on the way or not. And there's no way for me to find that out. What am I supposed to do with this information? It's so unclear. I can see why City Skylines went back into the zoning for different densities. Because first, the density being based on the road, I can understand that. It's a little weird, but I can understand that. But then the density being based on the happiness is also kind of bizarre. That means it's impossible to build a high-density slum, right? You can't have a high-density slum. Because to get to medium density, the people have to be happy? The tying of density to happiness is bizarre to me. That's actually the weirdest thing about this game. More people should want to live there, not necessarily richer people. No, but where are the poor, desperate people? This is a city builder. Where are the poor people who have to live in a giant building that's garbage? Because they can't afford somewhere better. Like, I know, so like density tied to happiness. So this isn't so much happiness. It's not happiness. It's, I mean, what does the filter say? It is happiness. Okay, so they call it happiness. It's not happiness. It's desire to live there. But like, this is the crappiest medium density apartment that exists in the game. Because this is a 1 land value, medium density. This is as bad as it gets. Look at these apartments. They're so nice. They're so nice. Look at these. I gotta turn off this tilt shift because it blurs things when you zoom in. Settings, graphics. Tilt shift, less, please. Apply. Okay. Look how... Don't do that. Look how nice these apartments are. These are 1 land value. Like, the only thing that looks cheap is if it's density 1. So this game ties density. Like, it's not functionally, like, it's not tied to value in terms of this land value. Okay, this is land value. I'm gonna start using a different word, wealth, right? It seems to have tied density to wealth and happiness. So like, the happier and richer people are, the more dense structure is constructed. But you can't have a dense trailer park or a dense collection of these, like, shacks. These people look like they don't have a lot of money. These people look like they're middle class, but they're not middle class. Land value is 1. And that's what threw me off with this game. Because they kept saying, oh, build taller, and people in chat were like, oh, it's about building taller. And I was like, how do I build taller? So I kept putting services down, and I just made rich areas here, right? Low density, rich areas. This was so easy to make. It's weird that increasing getting to poor medium density was harder than just getting rich people. Guess we're trying to create massive tenements. Well, it's not that we're trying to do it. It's that that's a natural point of any city. Cheap apartments. Cheap apartments. Like, cheap apartments are kind of a fundamental building block of any city. And they don't exist in SimCity 2013. That's bizarre. It's like there's a whole class of buildings that doesn't exist. And it creates this sense that you're not building a city. You're building a theme park. Experiment with a big block on the side. I can try that. So I've placed a lot of stuff. It immediately goes to full on land value 1. I have to wait for people to move in, and then the density bar appears. Like, I don't get why the density bar isn't just always there. But okay, this starts pushing up the density. It takes so long. It takes so long to increase density, and now it's stopped. And also, the icons are showing that these people are maximum happiness. But in terms of getting to the next density, they're like not even close. And I don't know why these have suddenly evolved. I didn't build anything. Why did all those suddenly become medium density? Like, it's just, why? There's so many times I'm like, why? Like, why did these suddenly become medium density? Why is this upgrading to medium density now? What have I done to make these people happier? Look at these cars. They're all coming up here, U-turning and going back the way they came. The simulation is starting to look really weird once things happen. Look at this train of cars. Look, they're coming over here and then they just go back the way they came. Are you not allowed? No, those people definitely turned left there. Are you allowed to drive across that? I don't think you're allowed to drive across that. Agents looking for home. For a home for the night. Yeah, they move in, then they come over here. They're searching. They don't even target a home and move to it. They move randomly through the city, and they go into a house when they find a vacant one. Which wouldn't normally be like, I don't like, okay, so the things are not fully simulated, sure. But the moving in packs is kind of bizarre. It's the moving in packs. It's like when we were watching the children, they left the school and they move in packs and they walk up to a house. One of them goes in, then the pack retreats from the house, goes to the next house, walks up to a house, one of them goes in, they retreat from the house. So it's not that they're... Oh, okay, we've got like 10 people, the next 10 vacant houses. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're 10, there's 10 houses. Okay, 1 goes to 1, 2 goes to 2, 3 goes to 3, 4 goes to 4, 5 goes to 5. It doesn't do that. It's, we are a group of 10. March in some direction, any direction, doesn't really matter what. And they march. A house with a vacancy. Okay, one of us goes in. A house with a vacancy. One of us goes in. So yeah, it's roving bands. There's some dense stuff on the left. There is. Why? Why now? Why? Okay, I understand why they abandoned it. So I understand why they abandoned it. Why through all of this did density go up here? Why did this density go up here? Like, what? Like, it seems like me building this stuff here made things throughout the city evolve, but not the things directly next to it. Like, I built these services, these houses evolved. This is like there's little things that increase and decrease the happiness. No, the cruise residence. The cruise residence, shops, nearby shops didn't make them happier. Extra services didn't make them happier. Like, I just don't know. Like, there's probably, like, for those of you watching, and when you watch this on the YouTube video, there's probably, like, someone who's like, this is exactly why you just don't understand the game. Correct. How do I find out how this game works from within the game? It's just so hard to understand why. This whole center street is now medium density. It's great. My population has actually gone up by another 12,000 since the last time I looked at that number. All of the... Look here! This has become medium density. Why? Why is this all medium density? I tried to increase the happiness of these, and they just wouldn't. I placed shops here, entertainment here, services here. What evolved was here, and here. And even here. Like, this whole center street evolved for some reason. And then this row here evolved. What? Why? What makes us happy? Our city is so well cultured. Like, that doesn't tell me anything. Our city is so well cultured. That's why they evolved? The city is so sophisticated. And there's great places to shop. But you didn't become medium density. Your neighbors... We're doing well. They became medium density. They're so happy because they're doing well. But the direct neighbor, they love the shops and the city's sophisticated, but they're only halfway to medium density. Yeah, this is all abandoned. I've been ignoring it. Lots of problems there. That's it. That's the main problem with the game. The size of the city, yeah, okay. It's a bit small, but on flat land, I can see it being interesting and like going to the region map and being like, okay, let's build a neighboring city. Let's claim that. And we can do this pretty quick, I think. Yeah, and then like, oh, we can just build another city. We can see our city over there. And then we can just set up another thing and do some trade. And then anything this one's lacking, we can, you know, make up for there. And essentially, this is going to... be one city, right? The reason why they've clustered 4 plots together is because the 4 plots are supposed to act as one city. So like this could be my residential zone, and then I go over there and I just build like a whole bunch of like industry, and then move all the industry out to that next zone, and it'll actually be more efficient that way. So we'll commute to the next zone over, and that would make sense. There's so many of these things that kind of suck the fun out of it. Just understanding the simulation, or the lack of simulation. What's most frustrating about it is that looking at the game, the visuals are nice, the personality feels great, the fundamental building blocks of a city builder are there, and it feels like this is going to be a good game. This is going to be some fun, interesting thing. But then when you start to get into it, the more you play, the more you realize how weird and or broken it gets. And that initial impression of this could be such a great game, but it's so far from what it seems like it's gonna be. The high wealth apartments came back to life. Yeah, they became medium density, and I don't know why. So it's like, the expectations are so high, even outside of the SimCity brand. Like, just getting into it, it's like, oh, this feels okay, this feels good. And then the more time you spend with it, the more you dislike it. It's, which is kind of the problem. I want to do a zombie attack. Can't use during daytime. Okay, what time does nighttime start? There we go. In the rich area. Look, they're moving exactly the same. Their behavior hasn't changed at all. I love these details. The sound... Honestly, the best thing about this game is sound effects. 10 out of 10 sound effects. And that's the end of my city. Thank you all so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed this look at SimCity 5, or just SimCity, or SimCity in parentheses 2013. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you in the next video. At the end of the day, it felt impossible to feel accomplished because nothing felt like it was directly the result of my actions, the good and the bad. Changes seemingly happened randomly, so even when things got done well, I couldn't fully attribute my own success to my own efforts, robbing me of my sense of satisfaction. I can't recommend getting into SimCity 5 today, but there are still bits and pieces from here I wish were more implemented into modern games like City Skylines, particularly with the character, personality, and generally more playful vibes. Obviously, a good game takes priority, but after that, some charm and color goes a long way.